Good evening. I'd like to go ahead and call the mayor's briefing to order. Today's date is December the 10th, 2024. The time is 5:02. So we will start it out with Councilmember District 1. Do you have any issues or concerns in District 1 you'd like to go over at this time, or any agenda items?
I have none, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, which I know the public's watching and stuff, and we have been meeting through the week with council members in my office to go over the agenda items. We was also on Talk Radio this morning, myself and Mr. Darrell Basco was on Talk Radio going over the agenda and stuff, explaining it to the public. And any council members have any questions on any agenda items?
Nothing that we didn't talk about before in our meeting.
I will ask y'all, we have right now on the agenda 23 items. I would like to add an item to the agenda tonight at our council meeting. It would be item number 24, and this would have to be a unanimous vote to add this item on, and I will read the item to you at this time. That way you have time to consider it. It's a CEA with the PDDD to authorize, and this is the Pineville Downtown Development Board. It's to authorize the mayor to negotiate and enter into a corporate endeavor agreement with the Pineville Downtown Development District, and we would need a unanimous vote on that.
What will the CEA be about, or?
This, okay, I'm gonna let legal counsel elaborate on that.
So this is the CEA. We're trying to just document everything that we have in working with the CEA on various projects. And so what the development district is asking, what Pineville would like to provide one person to attend their meetings, to take minutes, to publish those minutes on their behalf, and also to publish their notices for the meeting, which are, in this case, would essentially be posted on the door. So it's to track the meeting notices and to do their minutes. And this is a CDA just saying that Pineville will provide that person. There's no specific person designated. It's essentially whoever the mayor appoints to do that.
We've been providing that function. I thought we'd been providing that function since day one through whoever the executive director was, which was typically a city employee. This will just, it may not be the same person, it just gives the mayor the flexibility to choose.
That's correct. And formalize that.
So we've never, we had never had a CA in place before.
We did, but it was different than this one.
Okay.
So this kind of narrows it to these particular items.
Is this an ordinance or resolution?
Resolution.
Thank you.
It's just, we're negotiating enter into, giving him the authority to negotiate. So it's just be a resolution.
Thank you, Mr. Darrell.
And also too, myself and the chief operations officer last night attended the Downtown Development Authority meeting. And at their meeting last night, they went ahead and hired Greg Jones as our legal counsel to represent them, because, you know, that body is a separate entity from the city of Pineville. So we want to make sure everything's done legal and ethical, and it separates the two bodies.
And that'll put him at every meeting.
Sir?
That'll put him at every meeting.
That will put him at every meeting, correct, representing them.
Okay.
Are they going to have an executive director, or they just run it through the president?
I think they're just going to run it through the president, correct, Darrell?
I didn't hear it.
They're not going to have an executive director. They're just going to run it through the president. Mr. Mike Tudor, probably.
They are going to have an executive director that was talked about last night, but I didn't for them. They were looking at their finances to see what if any type of compensation would be with their work.
Okay. And you mentioned their meeting last night. I was out of town, so I wasn't aware. Normally their meetings have been on certain Mondays at noon. Are they changing their meeting schedule?
The chairman, Mr. Tudor, asked to just move it for yesterday. It would be in conflict with the North Rapid Business and Industry Alliance meeting yesterday. so they're doing that, they hired their own attorney last night, and so he's gonna ask if there's something to move it probably to the third week of the month, so that way they can avoid the conflicts.
Very good.
So they're probably moving it.
Thank you.
Okay.
That was my question.
Mr. Boucher, you have any questions in your district or anything you'd like to discuss?
Nothing that we didn't discuss at our meeting, this morning.
Yes, sir.
Which, you and Daryl, said we're gonna take care of.
Yeah.
And then just what we talked about last time is the snipe signs. I don't know who we get to pick those up, or if Marty in zoning could drive around and take a note of it,
I think they've already started working on it last week.
picking those up. Yeah. I mean, I don't, whether it's our grass cutting crews are gonna be kind of coming to a halt from here shortly.
Well, they really won't be coming to a halt, maybe just on cutting grass only, but what we have, the grass crews this fall, they're gonna be going around the city, edging all the sidewalks, getting all the dirt and debris off sidewalks and cleaning the city up, edging curb and gutters and stuff and making it really look sharp down our thoroughfares, 107, Edgewood, Susek, Main Street, all the major areas where we have sidewalks throughout the entire city.
Okay,
So we're
That's
gonna do
great.
that back.
yeah.
So the grass cutting with the contractor usually goes from April to October, so we won't have any more of that. So they'll be starting to do the snipe signs and stuff.
Gotcha. All right. And then Mr. Davy, on the pump station on Susek, that we're going to be talking about it today, substantially complete. I was driving by there today, and I don't know if all the storms, but they seem to try to lay out these rolls of hay or something to try to keep, but a lot of that's been kind of bubbled up and keeping the dirt from flowing into the ditches. Just something to kind of check out.
I asked the inspector on the job, Mayor Bishop asked that we have somebody walk the entire length of the job to make sure we didn't have any sinkholes, something that people could trip in, so that's underway, and a full punch list developed after the job. So this is just, and y'all are still holding, y'all are probably holding close to 200,000 in retainage still.
Okay.
They're still fencing and
There's
Punch list items.
Signs of fencing and dress up, still yet to go. But the pumps are pumping.
they are functional.
Good.
Will we have to do anything with the old pump station to surplus it?
No, it's just junk. We converted it, the equipment was tossed and we converted it into a sewer manhole. The old wet pit.
Any other questions on the mayor's briefing from other council members?
Thank you, Mayor.
Okay. Department heads, you want to start, Mr. David, and move in a row?
Mayor, report document in front of you tonight is to ask, asking council to, adopt a resolution. Additional $300,000 towards our Huffman Creek pump station job. We are also asking, and I think we're this close to getting the state to give us close to $4 million additional funds for that project. They saw that we rebid it. They saw that we value engineered it. We bid it twice. And I think it's either they give us some extra money or we fold the file and say we all gave it a good try. But I think with this resolution and y'all committing the additional funds that they say that the city is doing everything they can do, I think you will be successful in getting close to $4 million additional grant dollars. So that's what I'm asking y'all to consider. Any questions? None? Okay.
Mr. Duddy,
Yes, sir.
chances that's in my district and you can do this on that. When that's, I guess this is on an upgrade for that, is that correct?
This is building a whole new pump station that supplements the existing two pumps. So we will add two 50,000 gallon per minute pumps in addition to what you already have out there. Okay. So this is, it's overall, I'm going to say it's close to $10 million, $11 million worth of work.
And this is gonna help alleviate some of the issues that I understand they've had around Sanders Street and
That's what it's
some of
addressing.
those areas.
Always flooding in that low area in there. And Jones Street, Sanders Street, the houses that back up along that area. Just to give you an overview, we're gonna, behind Skip Converse's office, we're gonna build a big detention pond to hold any floodwaters that come out of those hills into there. And then we're gonna put two new, a large pump station right on Monette Street. I guess one house away from your existing pump station, and that's where the two, we'll have to dig a deep hole there to put two new pump settings, each 50,000 gallons a minute. Then the 42-inch diameter steel pipes will come out of each one of those pumps, be buried under Monette Street, go over Monette Street to the levee, and then cross over the levee and dump on the other side.
And that will drain directly into the river
It goes into Huffman Creek,
and the creek.
into Huffman Creek, then under the railroad track, and then out to the river.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
okay, great, thank you.
I'm asking you to accept tonight the project for the Susek and Pinehurst Drive pump stations and force mains. It's been a lot of work all the way to the back end of Indian Hill subdivision, new piping, new force mains, two new pump stations, auxiliary power generators on the pump stations, and hopefully an improvement of how the piping works with the existing pump stations in that area. And I think it's proven to be very beneficial to date. There's a housekeeping item that I ask you. It's just, we're trying to do some paperwork and related to drawing down under your watershed initiative, which is your Huffman Creek pump station. It's just saying that we're asking to draw down, the paperwork to do the drawdown forms is going to be David Humphreys, Rebecca Stillwell, and Chris Workman. Two of those three can sign these documents to draw the money down. So that's just a housekeeping item.
That's actually myself, Daryl Basco.
Is that y'all's name?
Yes. And David.
Okay, I'm good. And as they teach us in the seminars, it could be the gentleman that always sits on the steps at City Hall, if that happens to be the guy, but every time he signs it, that's the signature they're hunting for. So any three people that y'all put on there is fine. That's all I have, Mayor.
Mr. Mark Bellard, legal counsel, do you have anything?
No, sir, thank you.
Mr. Baskin? Mr. Humphrey? Yes, sir. Mr. Robinson?
We are going to make sure that every road between those areas get done. Those guys are going to make sure all the underpasses by Melrose and back out toward 107, all that's going to be edged and clean. The residue along the side of the road, we're going to get street department to scoop that stuff up and then come back with the sweeper, get all that stuff cleaned out. So we're going to have all that metal and everything else laying around on the underpass and stuff like that. If it's in the city, in our area, we're going to get it cleaned up. So, and other than that, we're just working on getting everything prepared for the Christmas parade and getting barricades out and whatever else we need to do, we have it ready.
Fantastic. We appreciate you doing that in the park. Fire Chief, Mr. Casey Jones, do you have anything? Mr. Kenny Andrews, Building Inspector, do you have anything?
Okay.
Mr. Kenny, do you have anything tonight for us? No. You good? Thank you, sir.
Yeah, just appreciate it.
Hey, Mr. Dobbie, where are we on the, I know.
It'll fit right in.
Generators,
The generators they're starting to install them now. And I heard actually there was still a little bit of an additional delay of a couple of weeks, but they're actually doing site work to start them. So hopefully, in about 2 months, 3 months, we'll have them all in.
Okay.
It's been a year wait
Yeah.
for delivery of them.
Yes, thank you. Any other questions for the mayor's briefing? If not, need a motion to adjourn. Second. Meeting adjourned. We'll be back at 6 o'clock.